Hello, Alan Ryder, Southeastern Railway Museum, and this is our Case 580E backhoe, and we use it for just about everything around the shop. Everything from opening boxcar doors, uses a forklift, you name it, we use it. Sometimes we even dig with it. But she's an old girl, and she's pretty well clapped out. Between myself and one of the other folks, we probably repacked every one of the cylinders, and it still leaves a trail where it lives. So anyway, this video is kind of a public service announcement because we had to replace the belt on this girl. This is the belt, and you can see it. It's about half of what it's supposed to be as far as width. And so rather than wait till it broke completely, especially since none of the instruments work, and likely the engine would overheat before anybody noticed it, we decided to take a proactive action and replace the belt. And that's where this video comes in, because on a backhoe, for those who don't know, most of you probably do, the hydraulic pump is in front of the engine, and it's driven off the front of the crankshaft, which means to get the belt off, you got to take the hydraulic pump off, which means taking the whole front off, draining the hydraulic fluid, disconnecting that, taking the pump out just to get the belt loose. Well, turns out a couple of folks who posted videos, and there's been some stuff on forums, with the Cummins engine and the serpentine belt, there's a trick where you can actually move the, unbolt the sheave, the drive crab, whatever you want to call it, from the crankshaft sheave, push it forward just enough to squeeze the belt in between that and the pump drive. And so that's what we did. It's still not an easy job because access is very challenging, but that's what I wanted to show you. So without other details or whatever, here we go. Here's a view after we did all the replacements, and you can get a good view of the pump there and how close everything is. The name of the game here, the trick, is to take those 4 bolts out that hold the drive, crankshaft drive to the spline, and push them forward to get enough space that we can get the belt between the drive sheave and the frame, or get them between the drive sheave and the drive section for the pump. And we'll see if it'll slide up on the splines. If it doesn't, we may have to loosen the pump and move it out a little bit, but it's still a lot easier than having to take the pump all the way out. So that's the strategy. If you look real close, you can actually see little pieces of the belt that are wrapped around the drive spline, so I may try to get those out. I'll do it off camera. Okay, got 2 of the 4 bolts out, and access is a real challenge on this, but a 5/8 inch combination wrench and a little bit of patience seems to be the story. The other thing is, when you get the wrench on, put a helper on it, you need to give it a jerk. If you pull slowly, it just bars the engine over. That broke it loose. Okay. Okay, we got the bolts out and backed off. They don't have to come all the way out. In fact, they won't, because they hit the back of the pump housing. But the pump drive spline, I pried it back. It slid back fairly easily. So we should have clearance to take the belt off through that gap, right there. So here we go. New belt, old belt. So we're snaking the new belt through, and it's going pretty well. Nothing is really easily accessible, but we're getting there. New belt is on. Now all we've got to do is to get all the bolts back in place, driving the hydraulic pump. Another view of the belt with the gap on the drive, so now we've got to push it back and get the screws started, the bolts started. As you can see, that tensioner is wiggling and jiggling quite a bit. And it's done that ever since I've been around this backhoe. But since we got a new belt, it seems like a good idea to go ahead and change it. Should help keep the new belt happy. So that's what we're going to do. Well, new tensioner installed. It was harder to get the belt back on than put the new tensioner on. And you can see it still wiggles, just not quite as much. So we'll call that an improvement. Well, that about wraps things up. Just a short little video for those folks who are unfortunate enough to have the honor of changing a belt on a backhoe like this one, or probably a lot of other ones that are similar. A shortcut that makes a painful job a little less painful. And if you happen to be in the Atlanta area, you might come by and see our railway museum. This is just kind of an odd example of some of the stuff we do around here. And we'd be happy to see you. And just as information, before I started volunteering at this museum, I never drove a backhoe, much less worked on it. So there's a lot to learn, and we're very happy to teach you, to learn you, just to have a good time. So come see us sometime, and thanks a lot for watching.